top of the morning to you. 32 FM 94.9. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and it's time for the papers review. My name is Olutayo. Ogunade. What are the papers saying? We look at it, we do some analysis. We hope Austin to join us on the program in a bit. Kenny DUROTILU is here. Good morning, Kenny.
Good morning, Kenny. It's good to be here. Let's start off.
I'm tired.
Yeah, you're tired.
All right, Kenny.
Okay, so let's start off with the front page of the Punch newspaper. The major story this morning has to do with politics. Atiku campaign. PDP governors hit Uyo with 15 private jets. Major one from the Punch. Tinubu Group says Dogara, others imposters. Baba Chair, Mum. Also, 50 million girls targeted for Global Strategy Fund. According to Group, Lagos-bound train breaks down, stranded passengers panic. Ogun herbalist killed in evil forest. Accused monarch kicks. Elsewhere from the Punch, the Metro Plus pages, Lagos-bound train breaks down, stranded passengers panic. There's another one from the Punch. Ogun herbalist killed in evil forest. Already took that one. Newborns organs removed. Police arrest Delta nurses. Bandits kill 9 tea farmers. Herdsmen deny involvement. Gunmen in military uniform kill emo policemen. Discard bodies. Some other stories from the Punch. I'll defeat Atiku Tinubu in 2023. That's according to Kwakwan Show. Obi's endorsement well debated. Afeni Ferry replies Akeredolu. Obedient movement, mere expression of discontent. That's according to a PDP senatorial candidate. Why PDP is better than APC Tambuwal. And lastly from the Punch, support for Obi, well thought decision. Afeni Ferry.
All right, from Daily Trust newspaper, political termites will never return to power. Tinubu blasts PDP. That's what we call Okoro. We can call off strike in few days. ASU, we can call off strike in few days. ASU, that's still from Daily Trust. Experts harp on new legislation against drug counterfeiting. The Kano City wall under threat. Who will save our strategy? That's also something from Daily Trust. Speaker alleges sabotage as fire guts Kogi Assembly. 2023, Fanikaude being Daniel Urubebe, other double-faced campaigners. Katsina lawmaker dies in Saudi Arabia. How 62 airlines went moribund since 1960. Still from the race to presidency, Atiku unveils agenda, pledges jobs, poverty eradication, others. No alternative to APC victory. Buhari will defeat APC PDP in Kebbi. LP governorship candidate. Abuja's second runway gets additional 5 billion naira. Total allocation hits 65 billion naira in 5 years. Presidency division widens in Southwest as 121 groups endorse Tinubu. ML Filori mourns Shagaya's mom. Markets demolition. Court directs El-Rufai to reinstate 4,600 traders. Pay compensation. Kayamo describes PDP presidential campaign kickoff as a show of shame. Nigeria ranks 86th in the world by digital quality of life. 2023 code takes PVC SDG campaigns to grassroots. And why Otom stayed away from Atiku campaign flag off. PDP senator.
From Daily Post, divided PDP G5 governors finally abandon Atiku. That's politics there for you. Nigerian forces killed terrorist leader Ali Dogo. Fighters in Kaduna strike will sign deal in a couple of days. That's according to ASU. Some more politics. 2023 PDP can never return to power. That's according to Tinubu. Muslim ticket. Dogara Babache are imposters, not APC members. Again, Tinubu there with that particular comment. Finally, we can prepare for lectures. Students jubilate as ASU set to call off strike. That's something just coming from the Daily Post. MC Oluomo's Lagos rally for Tinubu Muslim ticket blocked churchgoers. Pastor Akinyemi says in that particular report. Nigeria has world-class talents to dominate digital economy. Still talking politics, PDP crisis. Allow IU carry his cross. Benue youths warn those attacking autumn. 2023, I did not call Peter Obi kindergarten president. That's according to Ekwenife. Also, this one from the Daily Post. 2023 must be about issues, not heating polity. Hate speeches. AG4. 2023, PDP can never return to power. Already took that. That's from Tinubu. Elsewhere, from the Daily Post, hoodlums attack set ablaze council headquarters in Ebonyi. 3 brothers, friend arrested for robbery in Ogun. Police recover guns from fleeing suspect in Delta. You find the stories in the Metro pages of the Daily Post.
And from Premium Times, airstrike kills terror kingpin Ali Dogo. Others in Kaduna raids. That's according to our report. Some more from Premium Times. Also strike end of conflict in sight. Official. 2023 PDP crisis deepens as Wiki allies boycott presidential campaign. Flag of Buhari to announce deal with ASU today. Gbajabia Mila. 2023 Electoral Act. Why political parties don't need police permit for rallies. Mike Igini. 2023 Okupe mocks APC. Describes Lagos rally for Tinubu as failed catch-up. Why PDP will never return to power. Tinubu. How we discovered over 58 illegal oil points in Bayelsa, Delta, Tumpolo. Dogara, an imposter, working for Atiku APC campaign. How Chinese who killed Nigerian girlfriend converted to Islam. 41.6 trillion naira debt. Kebbi governor defends Nigerian government's borrowing. Let me take that again. 41.6 trillion naira debt. Kebbi governor defends Nigerian government's borrowing. No alternative to APC victory in 2023. Buhari. At 68, associates hail JAM registrar over conferment of third national honor. I think it's well deserved.
Most definitely. All right, let's take a look at a couple of stories from the nation. I have this one. PDP's party of termites can't return to power, says Tinubu. Sue strike to end in days, says Gbajabiamila Falano. Wiki allies absent as Atiku campaign kicks off. And also from the Nation newspaper this morning, let's take a look at this one. In business, rising deficit, declining revenue raises concern over 20.5 trillion naira 2023 budget. We'll take some commercials, and when we come back, we'll take a look at some other stories, the analysis, and taking your thoughts on those stories. So stay with us.
Zumbo, why are you going looking like you want to beat somebody? See me see trouble below. Abeg, see wetin I order. See wetin dem deliver give me. E resemble, and I don't pay online. Chai, now why I like to buy on Jumia? I feel return wetin I buy for free within 7 days after it has been delivered to me. And you tell me before, now Jumia I go to buy from now. But first, that's in apparel. Now me and you today. Zumbo. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes with free returns when you shop on Jumia. Terms and conditions apply. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day, no matter when I show you.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
Show me love. You show me love.
alábàágbé mi mo ní kí n wá bẹ̀yìn wò ni. ìyá Bíọ́lá àlàáfíà la wà. ẹ ṣeun. mo kọ yín kọ wọ́n wà. ẹ̀yin náà ńkọ́. kódà ìyá mi lábúlé gan wà lálàáfíà. ìyá Bíọ́lá ṣé kò sí. mẹ́wòó ìtasọ́sọ́ jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù yín ò jẹ́ rí mú mi o ni mo bá ní wá fọwọ́ ara mi tún ara mi ṣe. ẹ wọlé wá jẹ́wọ́ jàre. àgbẹ̀ ìyẹ̀fun ìsẹ̀bẹ̀ ọ̀ngá jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù tuntun dé o. ohun ìsẹ̀bẹ̀ tó fúnrẹ́sì jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù yín lójúlówó adùn àti ìtasọ́sọ́ jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù tí ò ṣeé kọ̀ sílẹ̀.
Onga. Mama's Helping Hand.
Ìdápadògo tó sọnù 7 Tuesdays prophetic prayer program Christ Apostolic Church Òkè-Ìdáǹdè Ring Road Zonal Headquarters Àjẹ́gbé nílùú Ìbàdàn gbé 7 Tuesdays prophetic prayer program kalẹ̀ látọjọ́ Tuesday September 27 di November 8. Ìdápadògo tó sọnù Ọlọ́run àwọn bàbá wa tó máa ń wáyé lọ́jọ́ Tuesday ibẹ̀ lọ́lọ́run ti pàṣẹ wípé 7 Tuesdays prophetic prayer program ó sọ̀kalẹ̀ láago 9 àárọ̀ ni ó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Olùgbàlejò ní Pastor Ṣògo Arúlógún JP Zonal Superintendent CAC Òkè-Ìdáǹdè Àjẹ́gbé Ring Road Ìbàdàn. Àwọn tí Ọlọ́run ó máa lò ní Labesta Praise Evangelist Sunday Olúkìtìbí Jasper Evangelist Tọ́pẹ́ Ilésànmí Tomisin Adams Evangelist Mrs. Fọlọ́runṣọ́ Evangelist Gbénga Adéjùmọ̀ 7 Tuesdays prophetic prayer program látọjọ́ Tuesday September 27 di November 8. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ képe Ọlọ́run ká lè gba ògo tó sọnù padà.
Chocolates with Vita-Rich Plus Iron.
32 FM 94.9.
Welcome back. 32 FM 94.9 Breakdown Newspaper Review. I am Olutayo. Ogunade.
I'm Kenny DUROTILU, and yes, we'll be opening the phone lines in a bit, but first, let's take a look at some of the other stories in the papers this morning. Let's bring you a bit of the details. Now, pertaining to the education-related story, speaking of ASU now, that we understand that the Academic Staff Union of Universities has hailed the House of Representatives for its intervention in the protracted crisis between university lecturers and the federal government. President of ASU, Professor Emmanuel Shodeke, said that for the first time he has seen the light at the end of the tunnel. So it looks like things are going to be resolved on that particular front. Okay, elsewhere, ahead of the 2023 elections, governors, ex-governors, and top chieftains of the People's Democratic Party in the camp of the presidential candidate of the party, Atiku Abubakar, and his running mate on Monday stormed Uyo, Akwa Ibom State in no fewer than 15 private and chartered jets for the formal inauguration of the party's campaign.
All right, from Daily Trust newspaper, Atiku race to presidency. Atiku unveils agenda, pledges jobs, poverty eradication, others. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, yesterday flagged off his campaign in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, promising to rescue Nigeria from its myriad of problems and restore unity to the country. He assured that the PDP would rescue Nigeria from hunger, poverty, insecurity, lack of jobs, and disunity. He said when the PDP came to power in 1999, there was poverty, insecurity, and lack of education. We lifted Nigerians from the bottom to the top. We became the biggest economy in Africa. We had peace, we had progress, he said. All right, so he said from top, his was from bottom to top. Yeah. We now have top to bottom.
Top to bottom. Okay, let's take a look at another one from the Nation newspaper. It reads, Wike allies absent as Atiku campaign kicks off. Now, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, yesterday kicked off its campaign for the next year's presidential election in Uyo, Akwa Ibom, without the presence of River State Governor Nyesom Wike and members of his camp. They have peeved with Atiku and PDP leadership for not keeping to the principle of equity while allowing the PDP national chairman, Iyorchia Ayu, to remain in office in contravention of the party's constitution. For more details on that particular one, Wike allies absent as Atiku campaign kicks off. Do grab a copy of the Nation newspaper. I'll take another one now from the Nation as well. I am a victim of corruption fighting back, says ex-EFCC boss Magu the former acting chairman of the EFCC, having said that he was fired from his job because in the fight against corruption, the monster had the upper hand. Magu spoke in Abuja when receiving an award of Achiever per Excellence given to him by Northern Female Students Association.
The presidential villa plans to spend 14.8 billion naira on internet access, stationery and telephone charges, among others, under the federal government's planned expenditure captured in the 2023 budget. In the budget, 67.1 million naira was budgeted for internet access to the villa, while stationery and computer consumables would be 79 million naira. A further breakdown of the budget also showed that 35.9 million naira was allocated for electricity charges, telephone charges, and water rates. Each got 306.2 million naira, 6 million, and 40.6 million naira, respectively. Out of the total budget for the villa, 1.6 billion naira would be spent on personal costs. From Punch newspaper, Aso Rock to spend 14 billion naira on internet.
Another one from the Daily Post. President Muhammadu Buhari will on Tuesday today in Abuja confer national honors on at least 447 persons. Those on the honors list include Nigerians and those tagged friends of Nigeria. You'd recall that there was that whole controversy about some of the names on that particular list. So we'll get to find out who's on that and who gets to have those honors today, much later today. Also, from the Daily Post, quick one. Respite has come the way of stranded Abuja residents as the flood on the Lokoja-Abuja dual carriageway has eased out. That's according to report from the Daily Post.
joins us on the program. The president of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Professor Emmanuel Oshodake, has said that the union can call off its strike in a few days. Let's get your reaction. Austin, good morning to you.
Good morning, Tayo.
Right.
Kenny, good morning. The statement coming from ASU president suggests that any moment from now, the strike could be called off. There was a meeting, high-powered meeting yesterday between the ASU leadership and the leadership of the House of Representatives. In short, the ASU president did say that if the House had intervened in the manner in which they currently have done, that the strike would have lasted to this particular point in time. So if you look at it, it is not as if union or workers cannot go on strike, but a responsible and a proactive government does not really allow it to last. A situation where this issue has lingered for like 8 months now. By 14th, I think 2 days from now, it will be exactly 8 months that university doors have been shut down across the country. So I think we will be able to learn as a government, as a people, and even the university, that since strike has become the last resort, almost the only language that the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria at all levels understand, we must not allow strike to linger. The purpose of strike is that, there are issues that need to be brought to the table. So that comment coming from the ASU president is like a respite. It's almost at the corner. So we also want to appreciate the leadership of the National Assembly, especially that of
Could this be connected to
the
the directive from us from the appeal court that ASU should call off its strike?
Well, the directive from the appeal court is a matter of law that ASU had to call off strike before any other thing can go. But the House of Representatives has also had to intervene. The president at some point intervened, and there is action that suggests that the need of ASU is about to be acceded to by the government. So it is not yesterday was not the day appeal court gave that directive. You understand? So ASU is just coming to say that, the level of proactive intervention by the leadership of the Nigerian House of Representatives, if this has happened earlier, much more earlier, strike would have been called off. It would have lingered till this time. I don't want to believe that ASU want to comply with that particular court order. ASU never wanted to comply. All ASU wanted to do is meet our demand, and there's no point going to court. Falana also hinted that they're most likely going to be out of court settlement. I think that is what is currently playing out, because at the end of the day, court judgment does not pay the people. That's just the truth. It will look as if the government has won, but we are not going to get the best from the university setting. That's just the basic.
It's looking like a good PR for Gbajabiamila, Miller, who was chided some time ago for his indiscretion, posting pictures of himself at a foreign university and all that. But I mean, people are praising him now for this act of responsibility. Are we saying that all that ASU is requesting for is being acceded to by the federal government now, and we won't have a repeat of this anytime soon? The students can go back to their schools and stuff?
Yes, students can go back to school. What needs to be done is that a far-reaching measure should be put in place in such a way that ASU will not be talking about strike in maybe 4 months or thereabout. The issue should be resolved once and for all. The federal government has considered revitalization and salary enhancement for the university teachers and structures within the university environment. The revitalization is very critical, so we have to look at that. So this is coming that, ASU, if at the end of the day they will come out to tell Nigerians the reason why they are calling off their strike, that the government has substantially met their need. Okay. Don't forget, I keep saying this, it is not as if the government will meet all the need at a single swap. No, meet the one you can do with a kind of offer, and at the end of the day, let the other ones be implemented in phases. I think it's a good one for Gbajabiamila, because after that particular public outcry, he did apologize to the public, and now he's doing the needful. That is how it's supposed to be, because not all of us have the resources to actually get education outside the shores of the country.
All right, Austin, we know that the education sector has been grossly underfunded for years. Now, with the 470 billion naira allocation for tertiary institutions in the 2023 national budget, like we just said, do you see that? Is this something that would forestall a reoccurrence of the strikes, the incessant strikes that we see in the education sector, especially in the tertiary institutions?
Let's hope so. Education grossly has been underfunded in Nigeria. I think President Muhammadu Buhari for the 2022 budget allocated 7% or thereabout to education against the standard, the global standard of 25% of the entire budget. So that is where we have found ourselves. One good thing about that 470 billion is that now it has been considered in the fiscal document. It has been considered in the budget, unlike before. So the federal government is saying that 470 billion will go for revitalization of the university system in Nigeria and salary enhancement for tutors.
Right.
I don't know whether you get that. So this is for the university. I think this is what the ASU want the federal government to have done even before now.
Let there be frown at this increment here. This was not the original figure.
This was not the original figure.
It was raised by by the lawmakers.
Yes.
And so it will help education at the end of the day.
Yes.
We may continue so much on this, but I think we should just move on to another story
yes.
here. A notorious terrorist in Kaduna State, Ali Dogo, and scores of his fighters have reportedly been killed by a Nigerian Air Force strike in Giwa local government area of Kaduna State. You have always, particularly spoken about our strength, which is in the airstrike.
Yes. So
air power.
The Nigerian government, through the Air Force, Nigerian forces have done a very good job. No doubt about that. All we want is sustained bombardment. Ali Dogo left a particular location in Niger State, migrated to Kaduna. Someone provided accommodation for them in a residential area. Look at what we are doing. Some people are aiding and abetting these terrorists, this criminal element within our society. So the military got classified information that yes, they've migrated, they've been able to locate them, track them to somewhere in Kaduna State. So they now got that information that they were currently in a particular residence. Somebody offer in Nigeria, offer to shelter these people who are killing and maiming our people. That is why we have told the government, sponsor of acts of terrorism in the country must be dealt with like acts of terrorism itself. You imagine, because if not that someone provided a safe haven for them in form of accommodation, they will have long been captured. So it's a good one that this has happened. it's also a clarion call to residents. Most time we blame the Nigerian military for being unprofessional. You know, on a good day, if they just invaded the community and at the end of the day begin to search, you and I will still have to come out to criticize them. But now you have a resident in Nigeria, someone who is supposed to be patriotic, offering accommodation to terrorists, to bandits. So it's a good one that this has happened. Let them sustain the momentum. Let them sustain the bombardment, because like I've always said, as Tayo has said, we have advantage of the air power. That is our area of comparative advantage. The airstrike can always, at every point in time, be provided for the ground troop. So with that, a clearance operation can successfully be carried out, and Nigeria will win this battle at the end of the day. It is doable and it is possible.
Okay, how significant is this particular airstrike, seeing as he's the kingpin, Yakubu, what's his name now?
Ali Dogo.
Ali Dogo, I beg your pardon. How significant is this one in the grand scheme of things?
See, it's so significant that they have been destabilized. Ali Dogo has been killed and some of his men. But the activity of bandits in that area is currently being neutralized by the Nigerian military. That is what we want to. That is what we stand to gain in all of this. There was another report, Nigeria airstrike were also able, I think on Sunday, to locate a particular place, I think under the tree along the highway, that they gathered, they were holding meeting. We have said the activity have always been well coordinated, which means that there must be a location, a meeting point to plot the graph on how to mastermind their operation. So if we are able to get information, share adequate intelligence with sister agency, coupled with robust intelligence and synergy among the sister security agents, we are going to get them. So Nigerian military has done well in that regard, and the significant thing is that they are currently being neutralized. What we want to advise is that let us sustain the momentum. All
right. Respite has come the way of stranded Abuja residents as flood in the Lokoja Abuja dual carriageway has eased out. Nigerians, or some Nigerians, are blaming Cameroon. I mean, the recent flooding in some particular areas of Nigeria, some are blaming Cameroon for this occurrence.
The dam that they opened.
Is it Lagdo Dam?
Yes, Lagdo Dam. The NEMA has won, I think as early as June, that about 13 or so states will be flooded, especially those who are in the coastline area, that they will be flooded. Kogi, part of them, south, southeast, and what have you. Now, respite has come. The water eased on its own. Tayo, Kenny. What if by now the water refused to ease on its own? What are we doing? This has happened now. All we want to celebrate now is that respite has come. What are we doing differently to foster a future reoccurrence? That's the issue. You know, it was so sad that in Enugu over the weekend, you know, I saw it in the papers this morning, the man that lost the wife and 3 kids. He said that was all for him. You understand? Flood ravaged their community. Flood dislodged them from their home. They had to quickly go to a neighboring community with the aid of the boat and look at what has happened to them. A lot of lives were lost in that process. So what is the government doing? Apart from the warning that is coming now, the NEMA has said that it is inevitable. If you look at it critically, it might not be as bad as this last year, but we also witnessed some level of flooding.
How do we manage the effect of the downstream or the downstream effects of the water whenever it is released, you know, from Cameroon?
Proper damming can also solve the problem. Releasing the water through appropriate channel and also ensuring that ecological fund is readily available. That's the issue. Especially in the eastern part of the country, you can't help this matter. There are some places, farm area, residential area, community that have been overrun by erosion. That is what we are talking about. We are talking about 30 states out of the 36 states of the federation. So that is huge. Apart from effectively managing it, let the federal government also ensure, apart from proper damming, to make sure that ecological funds are readily available to be accessed by devastating area, because there are areas that are worse hit. Like I said earlier, the ease that we just talked about on Abuja Lokoja Road now, if that had not happened, what will happen? Which means that section of the country will completely be cut off, inaccessible for the people.
You're saying there are certain things we may not even have to pray about if we do
the needful,
a part of, the needful, and we're committed to a part of the deal, because there's also the allegation that Nigeria never really invested in that project. There's supposed to be, the post effect.
There's supposed to be a joint project, but Nigeria has never really cared about it, and this is what we are suffering now. So let's hope that measure will be put in place.
When we get back from our second commercial break, we talk Atiku Abubakar and his plan to take Nigeria out of poverty and to end insecurity. We'll be back.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day, no matter when I show you.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
Show me love. You show me love.
Hello, where are you?
I'm coming. I'm very close.
Quick, we're going for a full spa session afterwards. My treat.
Spa indeed. You that complained of being broke just last week.
Well, that was before I won a 150,000 naira gift card in the Zenith Better Life promo season 2.
That's right. Zenith Bank is giving away gifts worth 150,000 naira each to 20 lucky customers every 2 weeks in the Zenith Better Life promo season 2. To qualify, open a Zenith Bank account and maintain a minimum of 5,000 naira for a month. Request, collect, and activate your Zenith Bank debit card, physical or virtual. Then register for star 966 hash or Zenith mobile banking. What's more, 5 mega winners also get gifts worth 500,000 naira every quarter. This promo is open to new and existing account holders from February 1st, 2022 to January 31st, 2023. Terms and conditions apply. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Every kid is amazing at something. Give them amazing day. Amazing day instant cereal. Give them amazing day. Same calcium as a glass of milk. For healthy bones and teeth. Excellent source of protein. For daily growth and strength. Calcium, protein, vitamin A, dietary fiber.
Golden Penny Amazing Day Instant Cereal. Feed their amazing.
Sumbo, why are you going looking like you want to beat somebody? See me see trouble. I beg, see waiting I order. See waiting then deliver give me. It resemble. And I don't pay online. Chai, now why I like to buy on Jumia? I feel return waiting I buy for free within 7 days after it has been delivered to me. And you tell me before, now Jumia I go to buy from now. But first, that's in apparel. Now me and you today. Sumbo. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes with free returns when you shop on Jumia. Terms and conditions apply. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
Oh yes! People have been winning, and you too can be a millionaire in the Dangote Bag of Goodies Season 3 promo.
Spell Dangote.
Yes! Spell Dangote and become a multi-millionaire. Category 1, instant win. Buy bags of Dangote cement. Pick up the scratch card and win an instant prize. Category 2, for the star prize, pick up the scratch card inside the bags to spell DANGOTE, qualifying you to win 1 million naira cash. Category 3, the mega star prize. Pick out the scratch card inside the bags and spell DANGOTE, qualifying you to win 5 million naira cash. When you pick an alphabet with an eagle, look out for letter O that has the Dangote Eagle logo for you to win the mega star prize. Terms and conditions apply.
Get up and go, 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 go. With Countdown Choco, go, go, go. Get up and go. Get up and go. No matter what you gotta do, do it. Countdown Choco, for the rich must earn for vitality. Get up and go. Stay strong, save the world, take action. Get up and go.
Cowbell chocolate with Vitarich plus iron.
Cowbell, I wanna look. 32 FM 94.9.
Welcome back, 32 FM 94.9. We open the phone lines 0809 7000 949, 0906 200949, and 0705 5000 949. Before we took the break, I mentioned something about Atiku and the race to presidency. He has unveiled his agenda and he pledges jobs and poverty eradication. But also, Ashwaji Bola Tinubu said yesterday that the PDP will never return to power. In fact, he described the PDP as termites.
Termites, yes. Ashwaji is not good. Let's start from there. PDP one boasted that they will remain in power forever. At another time, they said for 60 years. And they were only able to survive for 16 years. So nobody can tell what will happen, or even in 2023. Atiku Abubakar promised to create job. He said he wants to rescue Nigeria. Well, charity begins at home. He should first of all rescue and reposition his party before saying that. That is what we have said. The game has started officially. Anybody that is coming to tell you that I'm going to do this, let us not forget to ask how. How are you going to do it? You know, Atiku Abubakar that want to rescue Nigeria, we also know how he emerged as the presidential candidate of the party. There was an agreement that it has to rotate. At some point, they said no, it cannot rotate. It should continue to float. Now, that same individual and that party want to rescue Nigeria. Well, the ball is in the court of every eligible voter in the country. So the die is cast. Let's see how it goes.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay. All right. 07055,949, 08097,949. Those are the numbers to, of course, calling live into our studios this morning. Okay, let's take a look at another story I have here. It says, divided PDP, G5 governors finally abandon Atiku. That's following the flag of the presidential campaign yesterday. They went present, those 5 governors, I'm sure you know.
Led by Governor Nyesom Wike. What is their real agenda? They've not been able to come out in the open to say this is their agenda. They said Ayu should go. The party is saying that it is too close to election for Ayu to go. Reconciliation has become impossible.
Okay.
So what do they really want?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. I just want to contribute to what you are saying there.
All right, go on.
Yes, sir. Sir, everybody forces what they have done for Nigeria now. But I don't believe that. Why can't they use? Sorry, sir. Why can't they use their presidential candidate? Their president now, which is Buhari, to use it to campaign instead of campaigning for what he has been done for 1970, 1989, 1920 in Lagos. Why can't they use the present government to campaign if they really want to do Nigeria better? So that they have to go back there because they are the one that brought him down, and look at what is going within that 7 years. But when people are saying PDP has been there for 19 years, you and I know that in a country, they said that it's even military the best military. You cannot compare with the worst civilian.
All right, thank you. Your point is made. There are solutions to every problem. We only need responsible people at the helms of affairs to frontally address issues. Be responsible in whatever position you find yourself, and do not play God. That's from OK General Babatunde. Thank you. Good morning in the studio. Believing this present administration at the federal level or having hopes on them is just a waste of time because they are known to be nonchalant and clueless when handling the affairs of the country. I can't even see a ray of light with the way the federal government are handling ASU strike. I hope for better though. Miriam was saying. We go that to Raja Fizabidemi. Okay, we have a call here. Hello. Okay.
I'm from Soka, but I'm calling right from Ogun State.
It's okay. Let's have your point.
Well, I think it is now left for the Nigerians to make a choice between PDP, APC, Labour, or NPPC. We are all living witnesses to both APC and PDP government. As for PDP campaign yesterday, you see, Yoruba used to say, ọmọ tó máa jẹ́ àṣàmú àti kékeré tó máa ṣe ṣámúṣámú. So that is, if a child is going to be prosperous or be good, you will see it right from the onset, how he is performing when he is growing up. The 23 PDP campaign at the youth that kicked up yesterday really showed that PDP is the pathfinder leading other parties as far as 23 is concerned. The first to have his personaries to elect Atiku. The first to inaugurate a special campaign council, and now to kick off the first. So we need to know a serious student without any emotion, religious sentiment, who is really prepared to do an exam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Wally. Hello, good morning. This line dropped. Good morning to you. Hello.
Good morning, 32FM.
It's good to have you. What's the name?
From Ibadan.
Okay.
Good news. The members are already seeing light at the end of the tunnel. But that's not my contribution. My concern this morning is that Aisha Buhari is back to Nigeria, to lead women presidential campaign for the APC. Approximately, she has spent about 3 years in Dubai, and virtually all the sectors in Nigeria were dwindling. Although she was coming online to condemn, but with online condemnations rectify all the anomalies. No, this intellectual Yahoo must stop. We don't want this again in Nigeria. Good morning.
All right. Good morning. Good
you.
morning, 32 FM crew. What Ashwaju Tinubu said is not issue-based. APC now, when it comes to, when it comes to destroying this nation, more than the PDP, 16 years of nothingness from PDP and 8 years of unbelievable, unprecedented, great afflictions, sorrows and destruction of lives and property from the APC. That's Solomon Sheriff. There. Okay, Victor Shemilori, thank you also. Yes, Austin was reacting to the news there.
Yes, on the issue of Atiku, where the campaign has started, while Ladipo said the PDP want to rescue Nigeria also, let them first of all rescue their party and set it on a right footing. Like we said, let it be issue-based.
We did not elect Aisha Buhari. She has the right to go anywhere she wants. She's not the president of Buhari. Now, people should leave her alone. The office of First Lady is just go to the office to embezzle money. We don't elect governor's wife or president's wife. They should leave them alone. It is madness by calling on the president's wife to condemn everything. It is in the our office is the bedroom and the kitchen. You should leave Nigeria alone. Have a nice time.
Well, I'm sure you don't mean that by saying the office of the wife of the president.
Yes, it's in the bedroom and the kitchen. See, the truth of the matter is that people will continue to talk about Aisha Buhari because when the politics of the cabal in the presidency does not favor her, she will come out to want to sentimentally align with Nigerians. When all is well, when our daughter-in-law is graduating from the best of the university abroad, she will be disconnected from Nigeria. That is why Nigerians want to always know her position on every matter.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, I'm Gideon. I'm coming from Calabar.
All right.
Now, on Maisha Buhari, she's free to come and campaign. And she's a politician of course. So she's free to condemn when she needs to condemn. She needs to come out and comment when she needs to comment. So she's free to come out and campaign. But one thing is, someone said we should leave her alone. Someone that is living on Nigerians' taxpayers' money. She has a police escort. She has her office. They do contracts in her office. That she used a presidential place when she's on taxpayers' money. We can never leave such people alone.
Sorry, Jide, we have to go because we're pressed for time. Thank you, Osini Dumo.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we have to go. My name is Kenny DUROTILU. It was a pleasure hanging out with you.
I'm Olutayo. Ogunade. Good morning.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the guest analyst and do not necessarily reflect the recommendations or perspectives of 32 FM 94.9 Ibadan.